In 1963, Alfred Hitchcock released his classic horror film The Birds to the world. 30 years later, a much maligned sequel would be produced and go directly to television and premiere on Showtime in 1994. The sequel has been dismissed ever since, but is it really that bad? Let's find out. I am Torstein from CinemaTerror, and this is The Birds 2: Land's End. The Birds 2 takes place at a new island, where a family of 4 is planning to spend their summer. The plan is for the father of the family, Ted, to get some quiet time to finish writing his thesis, while his wife May generates some extra income by working as an assistant to a world-experienced photographer. While Ted and May are a loving couple with 2 young daughters, their marriage has taken a toll after the loss of their only son. So this summer is not only a getaway for the family, but also done to do some much-needed repair to their marriage. The island seems peaceful at first, but it is swarming with birds. The 2 daughters find a body of a dead fisherman at the beach one day, and Ted starts to believe that the birds have attacked the dead guy and that the entire population of the island is in great danger. He raises his concern to the local mayor, who just dismisses him as a mainlander who does not know how nature works. But when the birds starts to attack more and more people, it will turn out that Ted is right and that the birds are planning a takeover of the entire island.
Here, stay here. I'll be back just a minute.
Where are you going?
We'll talk to the mayor.
The mere existence of The Birds 2: Land's End is an odd one. If anyone made a sequel to a beloved horror movie today, then it would be hyped up and most likely receive a theatrical run. In the 90s, however, sequels to all the classics were dismissed as cash grabs and went straight to VHS tapes or even television. Many felt a sequel to Hitchcock's classic was unnecessary and even lacked respect for the great master of cinema. I don't think I agree on either points, as I feel like a sequel to a Kill a Bird film makes a lot of sense. I don't see why this would be a one-off concept, as there is plenty of potential in a film that has flying killer birds. Birds can be damn scary once they turn aggressive, and a bunch of them together will be able to cause a lot of damage. I think we should find ourselves lucky that birds and other beings on Earth aren't more violent towards us humans, as they can attack in groups, and it is not exactly like you can just punch yourself out of a strategized attack by the air overlords. If you ever found yourself in close proximity to a seagull baby, with its parents around, then you know exactly what I mean. Yeah, I had a run-in with a seagull last summer, or rather a runaway, as I did not want to hurt the damn thing, even if it was threatening me verbally in seagull language and dropping shit bombs while flying close enough to invade my personal space. So I'm all up for more movies with birds going kamikaze crazy on us. And we haven't got a serious take on that in years. Since The Birds 2 is a 90s made-for-TV production, we do not get a big all-out attack by the birds before the final act, so the rest of the film is made up of family drama. Ted is struggling with his thesis and is emotionally distancing himself from May, who seeks affection and becomes open to the flirtatious advances from her new boss. I can see why many will find this stuff boring, but I thought it was handled decently, with flawed characters and believable emotions. Some of their actions, however, made little sense, but these aren't perfect people either, so I had no trouble accepting it. Although I should have been able to bond more with the family during the film, which I sadly did not. It also doesn't help that the 2 daughters are annoying, which, to be fair, most kids at that age are annoying in real life too. The director behind this is Rick Rosenthal, under the synonym Alan Smithy, which was a name that was regularly used by unhappy directors when they didn't want their real name attached to the film. I couldn't find out exactly why Rosenthal wanted his name off The Birds 2, but I think we can all assume that he wasn't happy with the final result. That being said, Rosenthal is also responsible for Halloween Resurrection, so it isn't like The Birds 2 is his worst movie. Horror fans will of course also remember Rosenthal from being the director behind the first sequel to John Carpenter's Halloween. The birds are constantly present, and their escalation in violence works fine for me. Some of the special effects regarding the birds are dated and bad, but for the most part they filmed real birds flying around with what I assume was some puppetry work in the attack scenes. I've seen a lot worse, and I will take the effects in The Birds 2 over awfully bad CGI birds that we see these days. Bonus points to the birds for following the horror tropes of interrupting sexual acts, not only once but twice during the film. The Birds 2 Land's End is not the offensively bad sequel that many has made it out to be, but it is also a forgettable made-for-TV movie that lacks suspense, engaging characters, or much visual flair. It's leaning a bit too much on the family drama, and it is more of a rip-off of Jaws than anything else, but the bird action does make up for some of it. I wouldn't call The Birds 2 a great film, or even a good one, but if you like the idea of a movie where birds attack people, and you're not put off by the television look and feel, then you might actually enjoy The Birds 2 more than you would expect. I'm giving The Birds 2 Land's End the OK score of 2.5 out of 5. Have you seen The Birds 2 Land's End? What are your thoughts on it? Do you think it is as bad as what people say, or did you find some redeeming qualities to it? What are some sequels that you cannot believe were actually made? Let me and others know in the comments section below. If you're new around there, then check out my other stuff, and make sure you subscribe as there will be plenty of more horror related content coming to this channel in the future. Thank you for watching.